What's up? What's up? What's up? Your boy Domuto. We're back with another video today. We're watching CallMeARJ. And we're watching Ultra Vegito kills Android 17. So last chapter, he finally convinced Dr. Gero to give him an arm, Ultra Vegito. So and he killed 18, I believe. So let's get into it.
So our story continues with Ultra Vegito having just left Dr. Gero's lab to confront the Z fighters outside. Not a single one of them has ever laid their eyes on Vegito before, let alone the mysterious Ultra form he was now in. As each Z fighter, from Krillin to Tien, Piccolo, Vegeta and even future Trunks, share a mixture of shock, fear and curiosity as the fused warrior walks towards them. Vegeta, though of course being the most confident and brazen of the bunch, begins first with an uneasy face saying, This is the android that Punk warned us about? First that obese circus clown I blew up, and now this? What even is he supposed to be? What bizarre hair? And where are his eyebrows? Didn't that kid say the android was supposed to be a teenager? But Ultra Vegito on the other end, looking at one half of himself, hears this and immediately thinks, typical Vegeta, jumping to conclusions. So this is how it's
Goku talking?
to
What
go.
the fuck?
I guess since they saw me come out of Dr. Gero's lab, it's only right they assume I'm an android too. My best play here is probably to just go with it. But Krillin, who is also somewhat confused over this mystery man's appearance, comments, Yeah, Vegeta's right. This is supposed to be the android Trunks. He's nothing like you described. And wait! He's already missing an arm! And it's bleeding? I don't know, guys. That's a little lifelike, don't you think?
Damn.
Nervously laughing as he points out something clearly very valid. Huh? Krillin, you're right! And soon, Trunks, who stands nearby, also realizes too that this android was indeed missing its whole arm, thinking to himself, what's going on here? None of the androids I've seen so far are the ones from my timeline. They look so different, especially this guy. Did my arrival here change things that much already?
Yeah, you might want to leave.
Meanwhile though, Ultra Vegito, who obliviously doesn't realize the concerns of everyone around him, begins, Very well assessed, Prince Vegeta. I should have known from my data stores, with your combat intelligence, you would easily figure things out. Yes, I am indeed He's not an android! But before Vegito can say any more, a highly flustered future Trunks yells out to everyone to blow Vegito's cover instantly. Continuing, Krillin's right! Not only is he nothing like the androids from my timeline, but that bleeding arm is a dead giveaway, guys! Don't trust him! What?
It's a dead getaway.
Still not the androids? What? Who is this guy then? As soon, now all four of the Z fighters
look like a
react
beam or
in
something.
astonishment that someone would actually lie and pretend to be an android. But for what reason? Trunks though continues, On the way here, I saw what happened to that first android you guys fought. It was just a head rolling around, but there was no blood. These are androids, not cyborgs. They've lost pretty much all of their humanity. Whoever this guy is, he can't be the same. That fat blob you saw was my victim, kid. And now that you mention it, before I destroyed the rest of his body, I ripped his hands off too. It definitely didn't look anything like this imposter's missing arm.
Oh, damn.
Just a bunch of wires with
Vegeta, what you gonna do,
spitting
Vegito?
out. And that just means... This fool is playing with us! And just like that, filled with anger and annoyance that he's being made a fool of by whoever this is in front of him, Vegito powers up to his newly acquired Super Saiyan form that he's been dying to show off once again. With a raise of his arm once again, the Super Saiyan Vegeta aims his palm right at Vegito and yells out,
Not gonna go how you wanted to go, Vegeta.
You have about 5 seconds to tell us who you are before I send you and the rest of this lab to the next dimension. Talk now if you want to live. Unknowingly threatening not only technically his own self, but someone so far beyond him in power he could hardly comprehend it. Vegito, hearing all this, immediately shifts his expression to serious, now no longer smirking as he realizes things are already falling apart. He never anticipated that his injury of all things would be what gave him away, nor how sharp
you're bleeding.
future Trunks would be. As he thinks, damn it, why can't things ever go easy for me? God knows I deserve it by now.
Do you?
Getting rid of 18 while she's still a villain is one thing, but I can't bring myself to get rid of these lots. I need to convince them I'm on their team somehow, and that the androids are no longer a threat. And so Vegito, for a moment, stares at the group of Z-Fighters, silently pondering just what his options are, before letting out, "Alright, you got me. I'll talk. Just give me a second." And suddenly, before everyone, Ultra Vegito's body begins to vanish. But where is he going? The coward! He ran away! These damn androids have no backbone at all! Why did you even make us train for 3 years? For these jokes? Causing Vegeta, of course, to gain even more cocky confidence, as yet another android would rather run
Vegeta,
than face
you
his
couldn't
power.
scratch this nigga, I ain't gonna lie.
Instantly, Vegito returns back to the same exact spot, except now with a friend. Inexplicably bringing now Android 17, who seemingly has been taken by complete surprise and so fast he barely had a chance to react. What? That's Android 17! So, he is still in this timeline!
Yep.
But the traumatized Trunks, on finally seeing the monster that slaughtered his master Gohan, instantly reacts in shock and horror at seeing one of the androids he warned everyone about finally. Ultra Vegito, meanwhile, now back with a smirk, grabs onto 17 tightly by the wrist, just like he did with 18, as he says quietly, "Ready to join your sister, brat?"
Oh shit.
What? Get off me! I'll destroy you for what you did to 18! I'm warning you! Causing the young android to yell back in a mixture of anger for his sister's disappearance and an unconvincing bluffing, knowing inside there's not a thing he can do.
Not a
to this
damn
man.
thing.
What? 17's powering up! This is bad! Guys! We need to get out of here! If that android starts attacking us, we're all dead! You all died in this battle in the future! What? The scary claims from the young Saiyan, of course, immediately striking fear into the bodies of Tien, Piccolo and Krillin, who stay still, contemplating whether escaping is really what they should do right now. Maybe waiting for Goku, as Trunks said, truly is the best decision to make. Wait! Don't you dare move a muscle until I say so!
Oh.
But suddenly, in a cold, demanding voice that paralyzes everyone into listening, Ultra Vegito, with a demonic look from behind 17, continues, "This android right here is not who you need to be fearing right now. Trunks, you know this one has a twin sister, right? Well, I already destroyed her, and I could easily do the same to this weakling too." Huh? How does he know my name? There's no way. Not unless... Immediately at first, causing
He's from
Trunks
the
to
future.
wonder in shock how this complete stranger could know who he is, given he's from a completely different timeline. Before he continues, "What? What do you mean? You destroyed 18 all by yourself? I don't believe it. No one could beat these guys all alone." "You don't believe me, huh? Then watch me." Wait, what? Immediately, then with just one arm, pulling and contorting Android 17's body like a weightless ragdoll, as the helpless android yells fruitlessly until... Just like a mere stone off the ground, Ultra Vegito tosses Android 17 shockingly and effortlessly through the air. With such power and intensity, the android can do nothing but go straight with it, immediately causing every single Z-Fighter to turn their heads in complete shock as they watch the crazy strong android they'd been told about and prepared 3 entire years for just get tossed out of the entrance of the cave like a shooting star. But the grinning with confidence Vegito, now knowing he has their attention, finally lets out, "Keep your eye on the birdie, kids. It's time you learned whose side I'm on." And just like that, immediately following his throw, Vegito goes for the finish
fucked up,
and blasts
17.
off a powerful key blast.
17 ain't nothing wrong yet. Or 18.
What? No! As Android 17 continues to shoot off through the air, forced to watch as his inevitable death then flies after him in pursuit. The beam gets closer and closer as 17 tries his best to struggle and escape his motion, grunting, "It can't end like this! I don't want to sleep again!" But before long, the end of Android 17 finally reaches him as his face becomes completely engulfed in the light of the beam, and for a moment, even his cries are completely drowned out. And in one massive explosion, Android 17 is hit directly just as expected, as a bright light from the explosion causes every one of the Z-Fighters to cover themselves from the debris and shockwave of the impact. But in the midst of the destruction, the result is clear, as Android 17, though not erased like his sister, is reduced back to pieces of scrap metal, as his entire body breaks apart before everyone.
Damn.
But in the end, once the dust settles, all the Z-Fighters are left in utter shock and awe, with a hint of disbelief, as they slowly realize the power they just felt and saw is unlike anything they'd ever witnessed before, and ultimately unlike anything they'd witnessed for years to come, as Vegeta comments, What power?" And Piccolo says, "Unbelievable. We're out of our depth. No amount of training could prepare us for that kind of strength. We need to get out of here." While Trunks just remains silent, most likely from being unable to even comprehend 17's demise so easily before his eyes. Eventually though, as he steps back slowly with a sense of amazement, he mutters, He did it! Android 17 is gone! In one attack? Gohan, I wish you could have seen this! While Vegeta, now shifting his shot to envy and jealousy, becomes angered and thinks, "Just what the hell was that right now? Just when I gain a new level of power to surpass Kakarot, another freak comes out of the woodwork to blast me out of the water. First came that brat, and now this clown. That power is on a whole different level. What's going on here?" But Vegito, knowing that his job is done, and there is no more need for these Z-Fighters to doubt him or stick around, turns his back and lets out, Suffice to say, I'm sure that was more than enough proof for you guys. Good job training for those 3 years, but the androids are all dead, and this battle is now over. Head back home and take care of Goku. Make sure he gets that antidote, and in about 7 years, a pink blob far stronger than any of these toasters will appear. So get a move on preparing for that, because if you bother me again, it won't end well for you.
Boy.
What? A threat stronger than the androids? And how does he know about Goku and the antidote?
He's from the future.
Something isn't right here. Leaving the wise Namekian to start piecing together just who and where this mysterious stranger must come from. But that was it for today's video, guys, and if you made it...
That nigga just mind-fucked the whole cast and crew. Just mind-fucked it. You know what I'm saying? That's funny as hell. They tried. Vegito just a whole nother level, you know. This is funny, though. This is a cool little chapter. I like it. Shout out to CallMeARJ. If you like my reaction, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Check out the last chapter right here. Check out another video right here. I'll catch you next time. Peace.